Wagwan, guys. Okay, I don't know if you've heard that before and you might be surprised, but anyways, I am not responsible for that. I am greeting you that way because it is Laycon season and he has dropped the song titled Wagwan. Well, if you remember, we have talked about it before actually when he was teasing the song. We got to see the album out and all of that. Well, the song eventually dropped in the early hours of this morning. And it's not just Wagwan, but another song. But before I tell you about that one, welcome to Unplug for today. It's great to have you again on the show. This is every NG, and Unplug is here to keep you up to date with all the updates, of course. We'll update you with the updates. News, politics, entertainment, sports, and every single thing, the whole 9 yards. We're here to provide you everything you need to know, all right? So I was talking about Laycon and Wagwan, and the other song is titled Fall For Me. Do you remember now? Yes. Like I said, we talked about them before the launch, but they actually dropped in the early hours of this morning, and you can go stream that song, listen to it, and it's good music, to be honest. I've listened, and personally, I like them. And we've also seen videos here and there, Laycon doing thriller videos with other bbnaija housemates and Neo, Dorothy, and others. And we're like, okay, wow. And he has also said that he's going to do something quite unique. He's saying that he's going to hawk the song on the streets of Lagos. And I'm wondering, okay, how is that going to go? Is it like gala 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 or buy water, something like that? Stream Wagwan, Black Bones energy. I don't know how he's going to do it, but we're looking forward to how Laycon is intending to hawk the song on the streets of Lagos. All right. So let's move on. Let's talk Nengi now. And it's good news from the Nengi Pengi atmosphere, if I can use that word. She is now a proud home owner. She bought herself, according to her, a house. That was good news enough, but you know how Nigerian people can be. They won't just say congratulations and just go their way. Nigerians decided to dig into the matter and find out how much exactly she paid for the house. And we're hearing that she bought the house to the tune of 75 million naira. Now it's a 4-bedroom mansion. Really, really, really beautiful looking house. And they're saying it's worth 75 million. And I'm like, okay, I'm wondering how you got your sources. But that's not really what matters to me. I'm just happy for Nengi and congratulations to her. She is now neighbors with the likes of Banky W and Tiwa Savage and a few other, celebrities. I'm like, okay, celebrity status confirmed, right? All right, moving on. Let's talk Katrina now. She's slowly, carving a name for herself as perhaps the most controversial housemate on social media from the whole season 5. And she was at it again because of Nengi's house. Nengi posted a picture that she has bought a house and everything. Everybody was celebrating with her, but Katrina took it upon herself to try to undermine Nengi's achievements by saying, oh, well, she has already done this thing before, whatever it is that Nengi is boasting about now. She has done it before, and then she did it before Big Brother. And I'm like, who asked you, auntie? I mean, nobody asked. But anyways, she's doing what she's doing, staying in everybody's face, staying relevant. I hope it's working for her anyways. And speaking of which, she has also announced that she's going to be launching a new clothing store actually, and this one is called KPL. So we're looking forward to that one, and whatever it is that she has on offer, we want to see what it is, and we'll definitely keep you posted about it. All right, now let's talk Tonto Dike's ex-husband and his new wife, Olakunle Churchill and Rosy Meurer. Rosy Meurer is now a proud mother. Olakunle is also a proud father because she has just given birth to a bouncing baby boy whom has already been named King Churchill Jr. The issue of the name is a whole topic on its own because it has generated a lot of controversy, but I don't want to go into that now. But we've seen pictures of the pregnancy and pictures of the baby shower as well, and everything was just looking really beautiful. Olakunle Churchill took to his Instagram to congratulate his wife and to announce the birth of the child. And everything seems to be going pretty good. We've not heard anything from Tonto DK. Whether we will or not, we don't know yet, but we probably are not going to hear anything. All right. Well, as part of the entire celebrations, congratulating his wife for, carrying his baby and giving birth safely, Olakunle Churchill bought her a push gift. I mean, like, thank you for pushing the baby out, basically, that's what he's saying. And it is a brand new car, like a brand new Lexus SUV, the latest model, just so you know, and it's a really beautiful car. I'm like, wow, okay, I think I'm going to do this one day for somebody's daughter. Anyways, moving on from that, let's talk Davido now, who asked a very funny and interesting question yesterday. He was like, if you were like me, do you think you would be normal? Okay, Davido, so you don't actually consider yourself to be a normal person. And he was just putting it out there. I don't know if it was just a joke or whether there was actually any real meaning behind that question, but it was just funny. I mean, these days, Ichoke is trending. People are saying it in all sorts of creative ways. It asphyxiates, it's restricting airflow and all of that. Well, Davido is in the news for all sorts of good reasons. Let's not forget coming to America where he starred, and we'll be talking about that much later as well. So answer Davido's question. If you were like him, do you think you would be normal? Answer the question. Now let's talk Auriga. Auriga took out time to appreciate his wife. I mean, he made a big deal out of the fact that this woman stood by him for so many years, all through the time when he was not the Auriga he is today, when he was broke, had nothing, and he even said that he would not have dated himself, but this woman was there for him, and now that he can afford whatever it is that he wants, he just really wanted to appreciate the woman. I don't know if there's a moral story in there for you. I guess different people will take it differently, but that is just Auriga and his family. And he was just giving thanks and appreciating his wife. So lovely. I mean, really lovely to see and hear. So I don't know, like I said, whether there's a moral story in there for you. But moving on, let's talk something quite serious. And the Nigerian Labour Congress is at it again. You know how it is with the NLC, and when they have grievances whatsoever, they are all about action. They don't want to talk too much. If the government is not responding the way they want, they just take action. And nationwide protest is what we are seeing right now, because the NLC have taken to the streets, they are protesting, and they just want their demands met. So the NLC is protesting because the minimum wage was moved from the exclusive list to the concurrent list, and that is not what they feel is right for workers in the country, and that is why they have taken to the streets. And you know how it is, these people know how to bring the government to their knees. They know how to get their demands from the government, and we'll see what exactly is going to be done after these protests. So we just keep our fingers crossed. Something was introduced yesterday. This would affect foreign travelers and probably Nigerians who stay abroad and might want to return. A new temporary passport was introduced, and it's just basically a form of stopgap for those who are outside the country and probably don't have a valid passport at the moment, but need to return to the country for a short period of time. It's a temporary passport that allows you to come back to the country, then you sort out your main passport issues, and then you can return. So it's actually a very good development, so nobody gets stranded for whatever reason. But there's also a caveat. Your NIN must be included in your registration. Like, you need your NIN to complete your registration for that particular temporary passport. So it's actually a nice development, but you need to make sure that you have everything that is required before you can actually get the entire process done. All right, so kudos to the Nigerian government. And still talking about the Nigerian government and what they're doing, for those of you who remember former Delta State Governor James Ibori, he was convicted some time ago of embezzlement, fraud, and all of that. So this James Ibori loot is a huge sum of money. We're talking about millions of pounds, billions of naira, and the federal government has issued a directive that this money should be channeled towards the reconstruction and improvement of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and the Second Niger Bridge. So I'm wondering, are we still on these particular projects? But that is a conversation for another day, another time entirely. But that is the federal government directive as regards the Ibori loot. All right. Now that is that about that. Let's talk other issues now. I was talking about coming to America and Davido's appearance the other time. Well, Nigerian fashion designer Ugo Monye has taken to social media to call out the costumier in the Coming to America movie, and he's saying that his designs were copied in the movie Coming to America, and he was particular about the Ebuka Agbada. For those of you who remember, during Adesuwa Etomi and Banky W's wedding in 2017, Ebuka rocked one really dope Agbada, and it was designed by Ugo Monye. Now, that particular design, Ugo is saying, was replicated in the movie, of course, without his permissions or whatever it is, and he, took pictures of his design and what we saw in the movie, put them side by side, and just called out the costumier and even tagged her. I'm like, okay, wow, this might develop into a serious issue, but we don't know yet. We'll keep an eye on that one and see how it goes, okay? Now, to the foreign scene now, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been in the news for days now. It is a really serious issue based off of their interview with Oprah Winfrey. Now the palace has responded, Buckingham Palace has responded, and they just issued a statement and said they are, really saddened to hear what has been happening in the palace to Meghan and all of that. Just something very general. And then they ended by saying they will address the issues privately. So people are saying, why is it that their statement did not address any of their comments directly? Just yesterday, Oprah Winfrey had to clarify that the statement about Archie's skin color before he was born was not made by the prince or the queen herself, but it was maybe just other people serving in the palace and all of that. But the palace's statement did not address any of these things directly, but they're saying they're going to deal with the issues privately. Whatever the outcome of that is going to be, we'll definitely know what it is later on, and time will just solve everything, right? Now let's talk sports. It was Champions League night yesterday, and it was the second legs of the game between Juventus and FC Porto, and also the game between Borussia Dortmund and Sevilla. Now, Borussia Dortmund and Sevilla played out a 2-2 draw. Erling Haaland, the star of the show again, scoring both goals for Dortmund. And he has now taken his goals tally in the Champions League this season to 10 goals in just 6 games. 10 goals in 6 games. And this is the 6th consecutive Champions League game that he's scoring in, the youngest to achieve that feat. Now, he has 20 Champions League goals in 14 appearances. The boy is simply a beast. I cannot begin to talk about Erling Haaland because there's so much to say about him. So there you have it. Dortmund is through to the quarterfinals of the competition at the expense of Sevilla. Now, Juventus were hoping that they could turn things around after the first leg that they lost away to Porto. And they were at home this time, and Cristiano Ronaldo, Champions League man, and his magic, but it was not to be for them because they won 3-2 on the night, but it was 4-4 on aggregates, and Porto progressed on away goals. So there you have it. We have Porto in the quarterfinals, and also we have Borussia Dortmund. We're waiting for other games to be completed. Speaking of which, tonight we're going to be seeing Liverpool at home to RB Leipzig, and we're also going to be seeing PSG at home to FC Barcelona. So it's another night of Champions League football, and you should enjoy yourself some UCL games tonight, all right? That is all we have on Unplug for today. Thank you so much for being a part, as always. Don't forget, this is every NG, and until next time, my name is Victor. Goodbye.